Now that you've grouped and sorted your list, let's look at each group. When examining a single group, can you find dependencies amongst the items? So what is a dependency? Sometimes, in order to achieve one thing, you must do something else first. A baby cannot run if they can't first walk. They can't walk if they can't sit up. Generally, one cannot write a sentence if one doesn't know nouns and verbs. The dependencies are steps to getting to the outcome. Do you have any outcomes that depend on completing other outcomes first? If so, combine these buckets. For example, you may have using unit-specific vocabulary correctly and writing a persuasive explanation. Of course, using unit-specific vocabulary is what helps to make an explanation persuasive, so the latter is dependent on the former. You may already have some of these written in your list, such as that example. You may notice that you have an entire bucket that's actually a substep of another bucket. Combine them. You may also need to write some substeps that didn't make it to your list. Don't worry if you can't think of them all now, as we will definitely be revisiting them. Here's an example. If I want students to be able to solve any math-based word problem, they must first write down some relevant information. Draw a sketch or illustration that represents the situation described in the word problem. Label relevant information on the sketch. Write down an equation that could be used to solve the problem. Substitute given values into the equation, solve the equation, and then put units on the answer. Look into the groupings that you've already created and rearrange them if you find dependencies. This may be as simple as just indenting to list the substeps.